Hey everybody, what's up? We're here with another episode of Sea Jiu-Jitsu with Coach Mike and Coach James. I did it right today. Again, I'm on one. This week we're going to be going over some mount escapes this week. So last week we did side control escapes. This week we're going to do some mount escapes. Very basic stuff. Again, as usual, if you guys have any questions about any techniques, anything you guys in particularly like to see, just please let us know. Text us, Facebook us, comment us. Why is that timer going? I'll get it. Alright, you still got it now?
I'll finish it up. Alright. Yeah, so this week, like I said, we're going to go over some mount escapes. First off, very simple this week, and then we'll progress to a little bit more advanced stuff. Besides that, we'll probably jump right back into it. If you haven't had a chance yet, go ahead and check out the YouTube page. The videos from last week have been posted as of 3 o'clock today, so they're all up there, as is from all the other weeks. Really does us a huge benefit when anybody can take a moment and just hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Even if you feel like, hey, you're not going to ever watch a video, or you're not going to, you just won't turn the page on again for whatever reason. Giving us that subscribe on YouTube really helps out. And if you can convince your friends to do it too, it'll really help boost our visibility, which really helps us out in putting out the name of CU Jiu-Jitsu for anybody who wants to find us. And so anyway, I guess we just dive right in.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, let's just do it. All right, guys. So today, being that it's Monday, we kind of do our fundamental stuff on Monday. Well, no, we do our fundamental stuff on Monday. We're just gonna go over the two very most basic fundamental techniques for escaping mount. Okay, and then tomorrow we're gonna go over some more advanced stuff, a little more transitions, and much more options for you guys. But there's not very many high, what's the word I'm looking for? Flashy mount escapes. There's just not. There's only like a couple. And there's only a few actual mount escapes that we teach here. I'd say there's like 5 or 6 maybe at most for mount bottom.
I know
I'm only fishing at like 3.
4. I know like 4 escapes from bottom, and I do like 1 because I know it works.
Yeah, I know like 5, 4 or 5 of them, but I'm only fishing like 3 of them. So yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. So, do you want to go first? I'll go first. All right, guys. So this is very good. This is very good technique for MMA as well. First thing off, you guys, we're gonna be talking a little bit from this position for any of our MMA people that are interested. We're gonna be talking about this position a lot because this is probably the worst. This is one of the worst positions to be in jiu-jitsu, but I think it's even more, not more worse. Come on, James, use English. English 101 the phone, guys. It's even worse in MMA than jiu-jitsu because he can punch me, he can still submit me to all those other submissions that he has. There's just really bad submission. All right, so first thing I want to do, I don't want to be pushing him away from me, turning my head, going like this. Okay. Anytime I do this, it leaves my arms exposed. 1, and 2, in an MMA situation, this is doing nothing to protect my face. It does nothing. So MMA and jiu-jitsu, my hands are here or on his hips. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to be catching one of these arms. All right. A lot of the times I'll just reach up and grab his arm down and start pushing on his armpit. You could. Was it John? God. Anyway, I can push on his armpits, guys, because now it's not as easy to drag my arm across for an arm bar, and now I have something to push him away from me. Okay. I still don't want to do this initially. I want to break him down, grab his arm, and post. If I can get here, it's gonna be awesome. Now, when I break him down, when I bring him down like this, he's not going to sit here. He's immediately going to come back up. Okay, so I bring him down and you catch, And immediately, as he's coming up, be pushing his armpit away. Okay? If I go really slow, pull it down, grab the armpit, and push, it's never going to work. All right? So I'm going to do that same speed. Mike's going to actually react how you would.
Oh, you want me to let it happen or
no, react how you would. Or I lost it. Okay? So I have to actively grab, bump, and roll. Okay? So you have to do it in that speed when you actually perform the technique. All right? So breaking it down. This is what it looks like. I'm here. I like to pull on his hips, or I can push on his armpits. Do a lot of different things to back him down. I'm also, if you guys can't see, I'm using my knee to kind of help bring him forward. I'm lifting my hips up and moving my knee. Let's turn. So I'm not just doing this, because a lot of people just get the special. That's not doing anything. I lift my hips forward. I lift my hips up, and then bring one of my knees with me. I'm pulling his hips to me, or I'm pulling his armpits to me to help bring him down. Now, as he's coming back up, one hand goes up to his armpit, the other one grabs. I bump my hips up over my shoulder. Now look at this hand. I'm going to push really hard against his armpit to keep him away from me. It's very, very important. Okay? Using that armpit is very, very important. It keeps the weight off of me. It keeps the weight going to the same side I want to roll him. Just grabbing the arm, bumping and rolling, it doesn't work at a higher level. Okay, but if you use the armpit, it's going to help push people off. If you use this against big people, it's very, very important that you push on the armpit. It's probably the most important part of this technique. Okay, anything you want to add? Cool. Do you have any questions? No? Do we need that again?
Do we what?
Do we need that again?
Should we go over one more time?
No? Okay. That's okay.
All right. So we're going to get back into shrimping again, because shrimping is so pretty important. So in the last technique, you notice James did a lot of bumping. So another important move in jiu-jitsu. Now we're going to mix in our shrimp. So for this escape, what I'm trying to do is I'm going to create a frame. So you'll notice from his hips to his knees, to me, there's a box being formed here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a side that I want to go to shrimp. So if I want to go this way, I'm going to form my box on this side. If I want to go the opposite way, I'm going to form my box on this side. Now how I form my box is that I'm going to put my hand on his hip, and I'm going to create a new belt for him with my arm, okay? So I'm just going to make my arm parallel with his waist. And what I want to do with my opposite arm is I want to make sure I get my elbow inside, because I want to be able, when I push, to break his frame out here. I want to have a strong frame for myself, but I want to break his frame out here so that when I turn, I'll be able to push his frame away and push his frame away. When we shrimp in this position, it's not a long shrimp. It's a powerful shrimp, okay? So when we think powerful shrimp, I'm just trying to make enough space to move myself, okay? Again, I don't want to move him. It's hard to move him, okay? He's trying to resist me moving him already. But is he trying to resist me moving myself? Not as likely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by making my frame. So a lot of times we'll come hips, and I'll walk myself over. Now it doesn't really matter which hand you put on top, but I just generally prefer to put my hand that's going across his belt on the bottom, and I'm going to reinforce my hand down here. Some people say make a fist. I think that's useful. I kind of make this like, what do you call it? It's like a tiger claw or leopard paw. I kind of like do this. I don't like an open hand, because if he turns his hip in and controls my wrist, he can wrist lock me. Especially since I'm already placing my elbow in control for his hips. Yep. So I want to keep myself out of that position. So I'm going to reinforce my hand here. Now look what I'm going to do. My feet come close to my butt. I'm going to make this here, and I'm going to start to push my butt to the side right here. So you notice we got this hole that's opened up. So from here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to start to work my legs in. So I like to work bottom leg first, and now I'm going to go to the opposite side, shrimp again. Now I'm in more of like a butterfly here, From here, then we can work to recover our guard. You can go top leg. I think Coach James likes to go top leg first.
I just, honestly, this one I do whatever I get.
Whatever.
'Cause sometimes, notice my, man, I'm sorry. No, you're good. Just asking if I can speak. Notice last time I kind of like brought my leg up more. It's kind of depends on how I move. It's how I'm gonna pull this leg or not. Sometimes they'll get really heavy and they'll come here, but this will be open. So it kind of just, it's really depending on your opponent, I guess.
Right. So speaking to that, so once we get to this position here, if his leg is back on this side, so the other leg is up, we can do what we call, we're gonna hook back into quarter guard. So I wanna reach over
Thanks, Kelly.
with my foot here, and I'm going to trap his foot, and I'm gonna pull it back inside. And I like to figure four my feet here, just to kind of hold his leg more in place. Now from here, I'm gonna keep using my frame here. If I have both hands inside still, good. You notice I pulled one hand out, but I'm gonna go both inside. I'm gonna use that frame to just get my leg back above his knee. From here, I'm just gonna shrimp back again, and we just did this the other week where we recovered our guard. So that's all we're trying to do. Just take ourselves from a bad position to a good position. And in jiu-jitsu, if you have a good guard, obviously it's a good position. So, big key concepts here. Number one, if he's high, I want to get him low to my hips. So if he's high, all I'm going to do is I'm going to wiggle myself. You notice I brought my hands straight to his hips again. Personally, I don't like to keep my hands here. I know some people are taught to do this and they like this, but like, unless he's attacking my neck, there's no reason for my hands to be here. What am I going to do with my hands? Nothing. I need to be in an attacking position myself. I need to put him on the defense. So I'm going to keep my hands low to the hips. If he brings his hands to my neck or my collar, okay, well then I'll attack his hands and I'll address it, okay? But otherwise, no, I'm going to keep him down here. I'm going to frame, elbow inside. Look, elbow inside, okay? Now from here, look, if you want to bump, you can bump to give a little weight off so that when you come back down, you immediately put your foot back down and you're going to start to shrimp. Again, if his foot is on the outside here, you can take it in. If it's not, if it's high, it's up. Shrimp again, get to the outside here, start to shrimp again, get to the outside here. So we call this shrimp, re-shrimp, re-shrimp. It'll often take more than one shrimp to get out of somebody's mount or side control or anything like that. So don't just stop at one. Make sure you go as far as you need to go till you're free.
I'd like to actually
Yeah.
rephrase that. Movements. It's going to take a lot of movement. I mean, yes, shrimps. But I mean, with side control and mounts, the more you sit, like they're in a dominant position, the more they have time to literally just work whatever they're trying to do. And so mount and side control bottom, I think is, I think it's actually more exhausting than escaping back. Because you have someone on top of you, you can't stop moving. If you stop moving, they're just sinking in whatever they're trying to do deeper and deeper and deeper. So don't stop moving until you're out. Don't be stupid and be like, and throw your arms up, but don't stop moving until you escape. It's a very exhausting position, and the second you stop, most likely you're gonna have to reset. So,
I mean, it's a big thing. Keep your hands in. So number one, like again, you extend your arms. You're asking to get arm barred. Kids, really focus keeping your hands down. Focus on putting a frame up so that if they try to get high mount, they can't. And if they do get high mount, you can get back to it. Remember to wiggle, 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 and push them all the way back down your hips. Make your frame and then work them off balance. When Coach James used his leg to push me high, he used his hands at the same time and moved my center of gravity over the top of him so that when I came down, I was high above him, which makes me have to take time to come back, allows him to grab my arm and bring me down and immediately switch my center of gravity over the top of my other shoulder so that he can rotate and push me off. So for kids exercises this week, I think we can throw in probably bumps each side. So do 20 bumps each side, 20 shrimps each side, and then
20 bumps and shrimps.
yeah,
inside.
and then combine the movement. Okay, so you're going to, if you want to demonstrate bump.
So yeah, so for you guys, my hands are close. My hands are close, guys, not because I'm crossing my hands, just like Coach Mike said. We only cross when we are threatened. Some of our kids have are toys for they get mounted. Ah, you can't get me.
And then they shell.
And then they still get gotten. They got gotten. So my hands are here to demonstrate my hands are on his hips, his body. I'm here. Okay, I never come here. My feet are close up on my toes, and then I'm just gonna bump over my shoulder here and here. If you want to touch, that is 100% okay. We used to not teach this, guys, but then this just is just representing pushing the armpit, which is okay. All right. After you do these, if you want to add to your bump step, bump step, bump step. So there's a couple of different bumps that you can do. Trim them out. Do 20 each side, and then trims.
Yeah, and then everybody knows what shrimps are, so make sure you do some good shrimps. Same way, always start the same side, same way, feet close to our hips, and we're just going to make a good shrimp where I can push. Now for this, I can make my frame right here, because remember, this is a powerful shrimp. I'm not looking to like fold myself in half. I'm looking to scoop my butt out. So I want to scoop my butt as far as away that way, keep my strong frame here, and get a strong shape here. Okay, so shrimp, shrimp, shrimp. And then we said you could combine it. So I'm gonna shrimp, bump, shrimp, bump, shrimp. So you saw I did one to the one side and then shrimp to the opposite side, and then I bumped to the same side that I shrimped as well. So if I go bump and shrimp, that's one. Or I could go bump, come back down, and immediately shrimp the opposite way. Okay? So play with it. Just do, again, like we're asking for 3 exercises 20 times. It shouldn't take you longer than 5-6 minutes as a kid. You know, you could do a couple sets, like 3 sets. It should take you like a minute to do each one, 20. So I think that'd be really good.
Real quick, can you go down? So guys, bumping and shrimping together, just like with this side control last week, it's very, very important because one of the best ways to escape mount is simply putting these two techniques together. It's very simple. So Mike starts, I like to start usually with a bump and then into a shrimp, but I like to get my guard back. So if he starts with a bump, and he starts to bump me away, but then I go like this. Now look, he's already framing, he's already shrimping away. So by the time I come back, he's already halfway back into his guard. So just combining the two makes it much harder for me to maintain mount. So that's a big reason why we like to practice bumping and shrimping together during Mount Escape Week. I think that's it. I think that's all we got.
Yeah.
You got anything?
I don't really have anything. I know we're coming into the end of the month here. I know there's supposed to be an important announcement from the governor concerning what will happen with this last week of May and into June. As soon as we know anything, we will let you know how it will affect the future of CU Jiu-Jitsu. In the meantime, we really appreciate everybody who's already let me know and let Coach James know that they're going to continue to pledge their support of the school, paying their tuition, all those sorts of things. Remember, if there's anything you'd like to make anybody else aware of in the group, positive things going on in your life, such as, hey, if somebody graduated in your family from college, because they didn't, couldn't have an actual college graduation or high school graduation or whatever, let us know so we can, be in support of them. Like this, I talked about Justin's YouTube video last week. He put out his highlights. He's gotten way into as a disabled veteran, trying to do streaming as sort of like a little career or job move. So, go watch his YouTube video on him playing Apex Legends, especially if you're a fan of that game. Check out our YouTube page, of course, and subscribe to it. Again, that really, really helps. Yeah, I mean, it's we're hopefully be have some positive news here in the near future. But until then, we're going to keep sticking with this, try to provide you some good quality content and learning in the virtual classes.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, we'll see you same time.